Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Dex Heller is somewhere in the globe. Spoilers for General Hospital's Wednesday, February 28 episode emphasize a lot of seeking. In addition to looking for Dex, there's also the quest for the ideal wedding gown and the appropriate response to diffuse a conflict. Don't miss this episode, I promise. Joss is young, but she's experienced a lot. Her ex-stepdad planning her boyfriend's disappearance is the most recent drama. Naturally, Sonny had his reasons for requiring Dex, Evan Hofer, to depart from the city. Specifically, his covert collaboration with Michael, Chad Duell, to undermine him initially and subsequently shield him from harm constitutes a betrayal. Both trying to put him in jail and keeping a low profile for his protection are, in Sonny's opinion, equally terrible acts. It goes without saying that Joss is unhappy with this development and plans to address it. Her current strategy is to find Dex and, if necessary, stay with him, because her greatest affection is for him. She has already requested assistance from Bradford Anderson Spinelli. Has he yet to generate any leads? It's time for Carly, Laura Wright, and Sonny to get in touch now that their awkward talks with Drew and Nina are finished. At that point, Carly tells Sonny about what she thought was a run-in with Adam J. Harrington's character, John Jagger. The two engaged in a heated conversation first. Furthermore, the FBI agent unintentionally informed Carly about the impending threat to Sonny's life. Sonny can't possibly be cool with John Cates telling Carly about his business, can he? How do you feel? Leave a remark. Jagger hasn't strolled the streets of Port Charles in a while. He should be ready for a lot of encounters with well-known people. The most recent is Scott Baldwin, the chaotic person whom everyone loves, Ken Schreiner. Since Scott is the father of Jagger's ex-wife from Port Charles, Karen Wexler, who was portrayed by Carrie Shane at the time. The two have a shared past. Will there be tension or nostalgia in this particular run-in? In other words, will they give Karen, who passed away more than 20 years ago, and on a separate soap opera, any thought? Finding Brooklyn, Amanda Seton, the ideal wedding dress seems to take a village. A crazy voyage is certain. So get ready for Tracy, Jane Elliott, Lois, Rena Sofer, and Maxie, Kirsten Storms, to accompany you. Things aren't going to work out well when so many powerful personalities are trying to unite for a single objective, are they? The groom is going through his own thing, while Brooklyn and the others indulge their inner bridezillas for the day. Josh Swickard's character Chase needs to make a clarification. Does this have anything to do with his brother, his father, or his soon-to-be wife, or somebody else totally? With these four couples, there was movement. Not always a bad thing, though. On Tuesday, February 27, General Hospital's relationship-focused episode didn't hold back. Dramatic pleadings were made by the characters for comprehension, for being heard, and, above all, for sticking together. The appeals in Maxie and Spinelli's case were for their reunion. To put it mildly, there were differing levels of success. Following Carly's, Laura Wright, departure from Crimson, and Drew's, Cameron Matheson, punching bag practice, it was time for the two to discuss their differences in detail. Carly needed to be able to forget Nina, Cynthia Watrous. Nancy Lee Grahn discusses her work with Watrous here, had ever been. That's ultimately why she felt she had to step down. She knew Drew wasn't going to cancel his plans in retaliation. Drew wanted Carly to hear him, mostly about how Pentonville had permanently altered his life. That before entering prison, he had changed. Ultimately, Carly was certain that Drew needed to find a method to release his simmering anger. That doing so would just make their lives together worse, and Nina prevailed if that took place. After Drew made the decision to give it a shot, they shared a bed. To what extent is their connection stable? Time will tell, particularly as Jason is already returning to Port Charles. Sonny and Nina, context, appears to be finished. At Alva's gallery, Sonny, Maurice Bernard, ambushed Nina without warning and launched into his standard barrage of threats. He kept his half of the talk brief and emotionless, making sure his eyes never showed emotion. Plus, he made her answer to questions. He remained composed even after she brought up how he had removed his wedding ring. Nina, on the other hand, didn't hold back. She would have received some sort of emotional response from anyone else, and she had a lot to say. Yes, she acknowledged her involvement with the SEC and Nixon Falls. She did, however, express her annoyance at being held to a different standard when it came to taking retribution and snapping. Sonny thought hers originated elsewhere, that although he might be able to forgive her in the long run for punishing Carly, he would never forget what she did because it was reckless and petty. The eagerly anticipated talk between Sonny and Nina came to an end when Sonny left. Do you think their love is ended for good, or will they ever get back together? The moment Natalia, Eva LaRue, who recently joined GH, barged in and discovered Christina, Kate Monsey, in Blaze's hotel room bed. Blaze's, Jacqueline Grace Lopez, mother immediately put their relationship in jeopardy. Blaze first allowed her mother to control the conversation. That, however, was short-lived. She soon came out to her mother, stood up for herself, and defended her life. She was clearly pleased of herself, and coming out to her mother by referring to Christina as her girlfriend was the perfect move. Sadly, it's hard to predict how accepting Natalia may turn out, so Christina and Blaze should view her as a threat moving forward. Together, they are riding the high of doing the morally correct thing. But with Natalia here, how long will that last? It appeared as though Maxie, Kirsten Storms, Ann Spinelli, Bradford Anderson could become more than just friends after their kiss at the pub. After that passionate exchange, Spinelli told Maxie he was falling in love with her once more when he got home. She in turn muttered under her breath that she loved him. And everything was going great until Spinelli told Maxie the whole truth. Maxie deduced right away that he was plotting with Felicia, Christina Wagner, as he revealed to her the precise reason he moved in with her. She didn't like being regarded like a defenseless person who was incapable of resolving her own problems. Spinelli urged Maxie to reconsider this abrupt turn of cold, and she told him to pack his things and leave. She tossed him aside with a kick. The twist immediately made Alexis's job at The Invader more interesting. As the chief editor of The Invader on General Hospital, Alexis Davis is passionate about writing stories that have depth and contribute to illuminating important issues, or help people who are unable to obtain justice by themselves. It turns out that Alexis actress, Nancy Lee Gran, likes storylines that are exciting, novel, and keep her on the edge of her seat. The Daytime Emmy-winning actress is gushing over a recent development that caught her off guard. GA's Valentin, James Patrick Stewart, makes a significant announcement on Monday, February 19. With a sudden revelation, the Cassadine said he purchased the publication from Sean Butler, Sean Blakemore. He appointed Nina, Cynthia Watrous, as its new publisher now that he was the owner. Alexis was obviously not pleased, particularly after the former Crimson Head proposed include a gossip piece in the Invader's schedule. The actress also disclosed that she delighted in doing sequences with her fellow actors. I adore working with Cynthia and Cynthia herself, and of course, I adore working with James, Gran chuckled. Obviously, there is no common ground between Nina and Alexis, so collaborating will not be successful, Gran said. We adore each other, but that's the only similarity we have. Gran hinted to fun stuff in addition to the love fest, particularly considering how differently the two women felt about things. At GH, things are changing quickly and dramatically for everyone concerned. Elizabeth Court and Patrick Mulcahy, who wrote for one of Gran's previous shows, Santa Barbara, are the two new co-head writers for the show. Actors that are making a stir include Eva LaRue Natalia, a former cast member of All My Children, who debuted on GH this week. Also, the icy cold Jason Morgan, played by Steve Burton, would debut on television the following week. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.